Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Roblox Studio tutorial video. Now, today's tutorial is not going to be on a building technique or how to build something. No, today we are going to be showing you, or technically I am going to be showing you, how to use a plugin. I know, that's a different thing. The plugin we're going to be looking at today is Sammy.jpeg's Create Curve Bezier Rails. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is admittedly kind of an embarrassing reason, but to put it simply, yesterday I was trying to work on this Y track, or like this three-way Y track here. Excuse me, I was using Sammy's plugin, and I could not figure out how to generate the rails, and it just really confused me. And I asked in the Whale server, and admittedly, I might have been a bit rude in how I asked it. So this morning, I get pinged about it, and let's just say stuff happened, and I feel really bad. So I'm making this video as a sort of apology, and also I want to explain people how to use this because I really love the plugin. It's really intuitive. It just kind of hard to figure out for someone like maybe me who maybe needs something to effectively explain due to my mental conditions. So yeah, Sammy, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry about how I acted. I did not intentionally mean to be rude. I was just really frustrated with the plugin not showing me how, because I didn't know how to use a few features. I hope you can forgive me, and I'm making this video not in spite, but so that way, other people can have, more information if they're having trouble as well. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, to use Sammy's plugin, if we open it up, as you can see, this plugin is a bit of a, well, it's definitely an interesting plugin to say the least. It has a code-based GUI, which can be kind of daunting, and personally for me, I was a bit confused, especially with these final buttons down here, but I'll explain that later. It also has a tutorial section, which is useful and helped me with some stuff, but it definitely is, probably needs to have a bit more in it. So that's why I'm making this video. So, first thing I'd like to mention is that none of this code is actually, like, I think this code does work, but, like, you don't actually have to touch anything with this code. All you need to care about is these 5 buttons and these 3 sliders. That is all you're going to need to know, and these values here. So, yeah, let's get started. So, the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to have your track sections. So, I'm going to be placing down this short track here, and I'm going to be placing this short track, like, here. And something I would like to mention, let me just move out of the way, is that, you're going to want to have very short pieces of track. So, short like this will be good. I suggest you have this. You can do longer, but if you're trying to do more, realistic, good-looking curves, I would suggest doing something like this. So, once you have your 2 track points, you might be asking, well, how do I connect this thing? Well, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to click Local Starting, press this Model button, and you're going to want to select this part, or whatever your starting part is. In my case, this is going to be my workspace starting part. It's going to be named Workspace Model. Now, you're going to want to select your endpoint. So you're going to click Model, you're going to click this part here, and that's going to be your endpoint. As you can see, it already starts showing up stuff, but, well, we have an issue back here. No worries, though, that's an easy fix. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the local ending, you're going to want to press Flipped, you're going to press False to True. And there you go, it fixes the parts. I don't know what happened here. I'll see what happened there. Weird. Okay, whatever the case, I'll figure that out later. So, what you're going to want to do, so now you have this part, and you might thinking, well, it only connects 2 parts, and I can't, make it any cooler. This is lame. Not to worry, you can do a lot more stuff. So, if you check in this Workspace Model 1, you can see there's a slider, a velocity slider. Sliding this back and forth will, oh, looks like I fixed that, will basically allow you to change the amount of, I think it's like curve in the S. So you can have, so say for example you want to have your curve to be more shorter at the end, not that short, I want to suggest that, it might damage stuff. So for example you want to have a longer inward curve and you want a shorter outward curve, you can do that. You can also do the same thing for this side. You can effectively customize this to however you like. So say for example I want to do like this, and then this, you can do that, and it looks really cool. You can also have this bank feature, which effectively allows you to bank the curve left or right. So if you want to have like bank track, which is kind of notoriously hard to do in Roblox Studio without knowing how to do it, you can do it. So yeah, now we can have proper bank track, and I think that's really cool. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, okay, so you see this. I have this parts out. I have these this little blue indicator line. How do I generate it? Well, first, before you want to generate it, you're actually going to want to do something more important first. So, if you were looking at a tutorial, something you want to make sure is that you want to make sure your part is a group, or your model is a group. You're also going to want to make sure that all the parts in that group are facing forward. So, for example, to this, you can press Show Orientation Indicator, and but as you can see, everything's facing forward. Let me just turn it off, undo it. So, once you have that feature, you're going to want to go to your workspace. You're going to click on your starting model, and you're going to want to rename everything that you want extended to be extendable, lowercase extendable specifically. So, as it says here, you can rename stuff from Rails to extendable Rails. What I found is that you can just name it extendable and it'll work either way. Unless you want to have everything named specifically for a specific reason, you can just use extendable. It works. So, let's go with the ballast first. We want to rename you to extendable. That's not how you spell it. Extendable. That's how you spell it, right? Yes. And it has to be specifically lowercase, I believe. Although, I think it has to be specifically lowercase. You can also rename. You also want to rename these Rails to extendable, and boom, everything's been renamed to extendable. Now, you're probably a bit confused, unless I don't know if Bezier's plugin. I don't know if there's like more than one part. I don't know if that's like a specific plugin. But if you're confused at how to actually generate this, and that's how I was, I don't know why it's called this, but it's called Bezier's enabled. This is effectively your generate command. So once you have all your parts ready and set up like this, you like it, you can press false, you can press true, and it will generate it. And this is how it looks, and that's how you generate it. As you can see, this track is a bit banked on this area, so it's banked from this direction, kind of very poorly banked. I don't know if any train should run over this. And yeah, that's effectively how you make your track work. As you can see, all the rails that were renamed to extendable were extended properly, but tires were not. And yeah, that's pretty much how you use the plugin. You can do more stuff than that. You can say, for example, if you wanted, you could instead, I'll name extendable. Well, technically not. If you wanted, you could also just do something like this. Let's see, you could do something like this, and you could do something like this. If you were to do that, and then let's take you to 0. You can always do something like this, and it would work, but as you can see, there would be lots of gaps because nothing's named extendable. So that's an important thing. You want to make sure you name these things specifically what you want. So if you want the track and ballast to be extended and not have these gaps, you need to make sure they're named extended. I don't suggest you shouldn't name the ties unless you're trying to make like a cool tramway thing or not. But yeah, that's pretty much how you use the plugin. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was informative enough. Again, Sammy, I'm sorry for my reaction. I'm sorry for everybody in the whale server who tried to explain this to me. I'm not exactly... This thing was very confusing, especially this Bezier enabled thing. And especially this thing, admittedly, I should have realized. I'm sorry again. I hope relations can be repaired. But, yeah, besides that, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.